You said it was a tough year for you last year. How did it feel to be in this defense? Get a sack and a half, 3 pressures. Like, I guess how does it feel for you?
One was free. One I had to earn. One I missed. So we got growth. We got growing to do. As we're in season, I'll let accolades be where they are. I'm just want to help the defense try and win, and I feel like I can do that. And when activated, just call my name, and I'll answer every time. I think that our defense has shown some possibilities, and we still got to continue to grow. We let a long streaky run happen on headed towards the sideline or whatever that was, that went for like 40 or 50, and that was in a quarterback scurry. We eliminate those two. I feel much better about the day on the run. And at the end of the day, we showed up big in our 2-minute. Just the way the defense was rallying. DeMario seemed like he was everywhere. Carl seemed like he was everywhere. I think our big middle was up their play as the game went on. I'm excited to be a part of the defense in any facet, let alone I'd love to be a part of it in every facet.
Which one do you feel like you missed? The one before the?
No, the one where he stepped up, half spinned out, and he was going to half spin out, but he stepped up, threw me off, and you can't get those back. It's all right. I think Grando ended up with 1.5. I saw him chase him down one. I said, okay, there we go. I said, I'm trying to average like 3 or 4 sacks on the D line across the D line a game, and we'll be in a great place in the long run. But at the same time, we tighten up the bolts on the run and do what we need to do. We can help our offense out and get the ball back to them because they started clicking towards the end. You got a young quarterback. You got a young wide receiver core. You got young offensive linemen on our outsides. I think that there's potential there, and we started to see it. We just got to grow faster. We're in season now. There's no such thing as excuses. I feel terrible that we lost because we had a chance, and that's all we want is a chance, an opportunity. We got to figure out how to get a takeaway. I think that's what we were over on. There was a tip. Tips and overthrows, we got to get those. And, we were close. Jules almost came down with it, and whatever it is, out of the sacks we had, we didn't have a strip attempt out of there. So that's on me, that's on Grando, that's on us. We got to be able to control what we can't control.
Stan, what was your reaction to Juwan's almost?
Man, I got excited. I turned up. I almost ran on the field. I did I was dumb. But I love the way our team fought through the very end. I love being, like I said, I love being a part of this team. I kept smiling through the whole fourth quarter because I knew we were going to come back. If you see pictures out there, I was smiling. I was laughing. I was like, no, the energy was high. The vibes are great. You knew we were coming back. And we did, until we didn't. Frick. But that's the game of football, and that's what makes it so exciting. That's what makes you so vested into it. That was the brotherhood that we've bonded over training camp. That's what, you just excited just to take the field for the first time and really have live bullets, and every play matters. And it's so precious to me because it's like you just don't know. Any given game, that could be your last one, and that's how I've played for the last, 220-something games. I don't know. You got to play it like it's your last because you never know.
Seeing Brian Brzee get another block like that where he jumps over, what do you make of that?
I called him AAF, athletic as freak. Yep, that's what we're sticking with. It's a redemption run from his one last year where he buckled. He didn't buckle, he's still strong. And got another one, and at this point he's stacking. He's already doubled my block kick, so he's better than I am in that facet.
You ever tried that particular move?
They never called on me to jump over, which is crazy. It's all right. Come on. There's always some 6'5" freak that can do it, and Brian's our 6'5"er. If I was 6'5", I assume they'd call me.
On a similar note, it looked like Grando tipped the ball in pass coverage. The athleticism across this defensive front.
I told you he's 6'5". These 6'5" freaks. I'm trying to tell you. I'm the short one. I'm 6'4". It pissed me off, but. I love the way Carl Granderson plays. I've been singing his praises for the last 6 years. His story is nothing short of amazing, but his tenacity, his want to is what really separates him. He wants to be in every play, and you see him across the field. He felt like he was everywhere. He walked down the long run. On the backside, took a great angle and showed everything, and then still lined up the next play. We fought our way in. So I love Carl for what he does. I love Brian Brzee. I love our guys that are getting better each and every time they touch the field. Like I said, it's easy to get excited, and at the same time, I'm mad because we had a chance to capture this win. We got to figure out how to win. We've had a few years of, we're there. We're not there until you are.
To play as many snaps as you did, does that allow you to get into a rhythm more? Like, do you feel more into?
Absolutely. I mean, anytime you can have consecutive snaps, you start understanding the flow of the game, how they're going to, the feel of the game. But that's anybody and everybody. When you get substantial snaps, you have the abilities to make substantial plays. I think they go hand in hand. Or maybe that's just for me. I'm clearly biased.
Playing the edges out wider in this game, how much does that kind of free you up in your pass rush?
We'll see what happens next week. I don't know. It could be a week-to-week thing. We shall see. But, being back on the edge feels good. I think that, when you have guys that can stop the run on the edge, when you guys can convert to the pass, it clearly limits what the offense can do. And when you think about what we want to do going forward, it has to be in imposing our will on offense, which we didn't really live up to in that second quarter, but for the rest of the game we were. Can't get that back, though.
Hey, Cam, you moved into the top 20 on the all-time sacks list today. What was that?
I don't know. We didn't win. We'll talk about it after the season. I could be top 10. I mean, if we don't get a win, I'm not closer to my goal. I want the Saints to win. It feels good, thanks, but that doesn't help us win. If one of those sacks had been a strip fumble and I took it back to the crib, that would have helped us win. And I would have felt way better about it. Moving to top 20, that's cool. I'm sure there's an unofficial list that probably says I'm the 30th or something like that. Who knows? There's so many different lists. At the end of the day, I let one go, and that's gonna irritate me for a little bit, as it should.
I know it's on the other side of the football, but just what you saw from Spencer Rattler late.
Started spinning that thing. I mean, Spencer, we all knew he's got moxie. We all knew he's got confidence and the poise, and what we saw all training camp and what we saw glimpses of last year. And it looked like he was taking care of the ball well. I would love for him to tuck when he runs through the pocket, but that's a quarterback thing. I get it, I guess. I think he was, I would say, short of excellent in the second half without watching the film. I think we had a chance. And as much as I say, I hate that it was only a chance, I think it was a good chance. Juwan made a hell of a jump, and I thought it was a catch, and then it turned out to be a catch, and I'm sure you guys were all feeling the way I was feeling, like, shit, it was a catch. But it wasn't. So, we got to figure out our way to win. There's no excuses in this game. It's a game of inches, and each and every finite detail means that much more to you.